With a couple of months left in the college football offseason, I wanted to try and preview as many teams as possible for the 2023 campaign. We're going to be recapping their 2022 seasons, looking at the players they lost to the NFL draft, seeing how they did in the transfer portal, and looking ahead to their 2023 schedule. Last time we took a look at the Georgia Bulldogs, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ohio State Buckeyes. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. I'm posting college football videos leading up to the start of the season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. What team would you like to see me preview next? Drop a comment below and they could be featured in my next video. Before we look ahead to 2023, let's take a look back at their 2022 season. The Buckeyes finished the year with an 11-2 record. They won their first 11 games of the season, but finished the year on a 2-game losing streak. They got blown out by Michigan in the final game of the season and didn't reach the Big Ten title game, but their resume was still good enough to get them a spot in the college football playoff. Had they made a field goal as time expired, they easily could have been national champions. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that alternate reality as they were eliminated by Georgia. The Buckeyes lost some key players to the NFL draft as they had a total of 6 players that were drafted. Their biggest loss was their starting quarterback, CJ Stroud, who has been one of the top quarterbacks in all of college football over the last couple of seasons. They also lost wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba, though he didn't play much in 2022, so it's not a huge loss for them. They also had 3 offensive linemen selected, including their best in Paris Johnson, who was selected 6th overall. We'll turn to the transfer portal and see who Ohio State lost, as well as who they added. Linebacker Javonte Jean-Baptiste transferred to Notre Dame. In 2022, he had only 19 tackles, but was 3rd on the team with 4 sacks. They also lost highly touted wide receiver prospects in Caleb Burton and Caleb Brown, though both of those players didn't contribute in any way last season. The Buckeyes lost a few other pieces as well, but none of them were starters or guys that played key roles in 2022. We'll turn to who Ohio State gained because they added a few notable names. They picked up safety Jahad Carter from Syracuse. Over the last 3 seasons for the Orange, Carter has racked up 135 tackles with 5 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, 2 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble. They added another player on defense in former Ole Miss cornerback Davison Igbinosun. He was named to College Football News' freshman All-American team last fall after totaling 37 tackles with 5 pass breakups. Another player they added from Ole Miss was defensive lineman Taiwan Malone. He redshirted in 2021 and saw less than 100 snaps last season, but he joins the Buckeyes with upside as he's a former top 100 prospect coming out of high school. I mentioned earlier all the offensive linemen that the Buckeyes lost, so they added a couple. They picked up Vic Cutler from Louisiana Monroe and Josh Simmons from San Diego State. The Buckeyes also added Lorenzo Styles Jr. from Notre Dame. He was a wide receiver the last 2 seasons for the Irish as he caught 54 passes for 700 yards. However, he moved to the defensive side of the ball with the Irish late in spring practice and will continue the switch over to the Buckeyes as he'll be a cornerback. So, who is Ohio State going to be turning to in 2023? Well, the biggest question mark is going to be with their starting quarterback. They've had stud after stud over the years, and it looks like the guy is going to be Kyle McCord, who has only 60 career attempts under his belt. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares next year, but he couldn't ask for a better wide receiver room as he is arguably the top duo in the entire country. Ohio State returns Marvin Harrison Jr., who is likely going to be the Blitnikoff favorite in 2023, and the consensus #1 wide receiver in all of college football. But don't sleep on Emeka Egbuka as well, as he's considered to be a potential first-round draft pick in next year's class. The Buckeyes also return one of the top running back duos in all of college football in Travion Henderson and Mayan Williams. When looking at defense, the Buckeyes return a lot of talent as well. Linebacker Tommy Eichenberg is back after leading the team with 120 tackles in 2022. He had 12 tackles for loss, 3 pass breakups, and an interception. Defensive lineman JT Tuimoloau returns, who was second on the team last year with his 10.5 tackles for loss and was third on the team with 4 pass breakups. Defensive back Lathan Ranson is also back after recording 74 tackles with an interception, pass breakup, and forced fumble last year. The defense is absolutely loaded with returning talent, as it may be the best defense the Buckeyes have had in quite some time. Alright, let's take a look now at the Buckeyes 2023 schedule and who they'll face. Their opening slate is fairly easy, but they gotta travel on the road to take on Notre Dame in the first month of the season. And that's certainly going to be a tough one, as the Irish are probably going to be a top 10 to 15 team in all of college football. Later in the season, they take on Penn State, which will be a difficult matchup, but Ohio State does get that game at home. The rest of their stretch isn't too bad, at least until they take on Michigan for the final game of the season. Not to mention, that one is on the road this year. Overall, it's a pretty solid schedule for Ohio State. They have a couple of really difficult matchups, as well as some games that could be flying under the radar for Big Ten matchups. When looking at their current odds, Ohio State is the current favorite to win the Big Ten. They are plus 165, with Michigan right behind them at 185. Their over-under on wins for the season is 10.5, and I think taking the over on that is the smart call. When looking at national championship odds, the Buckeyes are tied with Alabama for the second highest odds at plus 600. They also have the second best odds to reach the playoff at plus 105, essentially even money. So what do I think for Ohio State in 2023? I think barring disastrous quarterback play next season, they should at least be a playoff team. They're loaded on offense and on defense and should easily be one of the top 4 teams in all of college football next season. I definitely think they're going to lose a game during the regular season, but I think they'll be in contention for the Big Ten, and I think we can easily see them playing in the Big Ten title game. Like I said, I think it's pretty likely that they reach the college football playoff, and I think they're probably the best bet of beating Georgia in the national championship game. So what are your thoughts and predictions for Ohio State in 2023? Do you think they're going to reach the college football playoff? And do you think they have what it takes to win a national championship next season? Whatever your thoughts are on Ohio State for 2023, let me know in the comment section down below. Is there a team you'd like me to preview for the 2023 college football season? Whoever that team is, drop a comment down below, and they could be featured in my next video. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. I'm posting a video almost every day leading up to the start of the college football season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.